Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now imagine this, a blockbuster move that could reshape the NFC East, possibly even the entire NFC landscape. Rumors have been swirling, and today we're diving deep into a scenario that, while not yet confirmed, makes a ton of sense. It's about Christian McCaffrey, yes, the star running back of the San Francisco 49ers, potentially landing in Washington. Now I know what you're thinking, is that even possible? Well, let's explore this idea, because the NFL is always full of surprises, and with the recent struggles of the 49ers, this move could be more than just a rumor. It could be a strategic shift that benefits both teams in a big way. The 49ers, as we all know, have been a powerhouse over the last few years. They've been a dominant force in the NFC, with a roster packed with talent, and a coaching staff that's been exceptional at maximizing their potential. But the 2024 season was a wake-up call for them, a year that saw their dominance wane a bit, finishing with a disappointing 6-11 record. That's right, 6 wins and 11 losses, a stark contrast to the high standards they set in recent years. Many analysts are now wondering if the 49ers are on the verge of a rebuild, or at least a significant retooling, especially after some key injuries and trades that left their roster a bit thinner than before. One of the biggest blows was the injury to Brandon Ayuk, who, after finally getting that big extension and solidifying his role as a key offensive weapon, tore his ACL and MCL last season. That's a tough pill to swallow for any team, especially one with Super Bowl aspirations. And Deebo Samuel, another crucial piece, has seen his production dip, and with the team's current roster construction, the Niners decided to trade him away, signaling perhaps a shift in their offensive philosophy or a rebuilding phase. And let's not forget, Christian McCaffrey himself, despite being one of the most dynamic offensive players in the league, is already 29 years old. His injury history over the past few seasons has raised questions about his longevity, but when healthy, he is a game changer. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some reports and whispers within NFL circles suggest that the 49ers might be open to trading McCaffrey, possibly as part of a broader rebuild strategy. And that's where the Washington Commanders come into the picture. Imagine for a moment that Washington, a team with a lot of potential and a rising quarterback in Jayden Daniels, capitalizes on this opportunity. A trade that sends Christian McCaffrey to Washington could be exactly what they need to elevate their offense to new heights. Looking at a hypothetical trade, the Commanders would receive Christian McCaffrey, a player who, when healthy, can do it all, running the ball, catching passes, and creating mismatches that defenses simply can't handle. McCaffrey's ability to line up in different spots, his vision, agility, and pass-catching skills make him one of the most versatile offensive weapons in the league. Just think about what he did in 2023, when he ran for 459 yards and scored 14 rushing touchdowns, while also catching 83 passes for 564 yards. That's production that can turn any offense into a nightmare for defenses. On the other side, the 49ers would look to secure some valuable draft capital. A mock deal being floated suggests that San Francisco could receive a 2026 third-round pick, a 2026 fifth-round pick, and a 2027 fourth-round pick in exchange for McCaffrey. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty good haul, and you're right. For a team that's possibly entering a rebuild phase, accumulating draft assets makes perfect sense. It's a way to build for the future, especially if they feel they might not be able to keep McCaffrey healthy or if they want to reset their roster with younger talent. Now, let's talk about how this move could impact Washington's outlook. Right now, the Commanders are sitting with plus 1,900 odds to win the Super Bowl, according to FanDuel. It's not the highest, but it's promising considering their recent trajectory. Adding a player like McCaffrey would immediately boost their offensive firepower, especially in tandem with Jayden Daniels, who had a promising rookie season despite not having an extensive arsenal of weapons. With McCaffrey in the backfield, defenses would have to respect both the run and the pass, opening up so many possibilities for the Commanders' offense. And think about this, Brian Robinson Jr., currently the starting running back for Washington, is a solid player, but he's not quite at the same level of explosiveness and versatility as McCaffrey. If they manage to bring him in, the Commanders could be looking at a dual-threat backfield that would be lethal. It's no exaggeration to say that pairing McCaffrey with Daniels could elevate the team's offensive profile, making them a serious contender in the NFC East and possibly beyond. And if McCaffrey stays healthy, he could be the missing piece that turns Washington into a true playoff contender, maybe even a Super Bowl threat. Now, I want to pause here for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. While there's no official confirmation, yet that the 49ers are trading Christian McCaffrey to Washington, the logic behind it is compelling. Both teams would stand to benefit in a big way. The 49ers could start their rebuild with valuable draft picks, while the Commanders could add a superstar to their offense that could help them finally take the next step towards Super Bowl contention. Looking ahead, the NFC East is a division full of talent and unpredictability. The Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, and now, potentially, the Washington Commanders with a weapon like McCaffrey. It's a recipe for a highly competitive season, and if this trade happens, it could shake up everything we expect from these teams. The Eagles, for example, have been the team to beat, but with McCaffrey on board, Washington could become a serious challenger. It's all about timing, health, and execution, but the potential is enormous. And remember, the NFL is a league where trades can happen quickly, and rumors can turn into reality overnight. The Commanders are in a unique position right now. They have the cap space, they have the young quarterback in Daniels, and they have a window of opportunity to make a splash. Adding a player of McCaffrey's caliber would be a statement move, signaling that they're serious about contending sooner rather than later. Now, for the fans, this is the kind of move that energizes the entire fan base. Imagine the excitement, the debates, the social media buzz, everyone talking about how Washington just made a bold move to reshape their future. It's exactly the kind of move that could turn a good team into a great one, and I know that a lot of you are eager to see what happens next. The NFL is always full of surprises, and while nothing is confirmed yet, it's worth keeping an eye on this story because it has the potential to become one of the biggest offseason developments for the Washington Commanders in recent memory. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that this kind of speculation is what makes the NFL so fascinating. The possibility of acquiring someone like Christian McCaffrey could change everything for Washington, and it's exciting to imagine how this team could look with him in the backfield. The division, the conference, the entire league, everyone would be watching to see how this unfolds. So stay tuned, because I'll be right here bringing you all the latest updates, breakdowns, and analysis. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.